First at 4, a prostitution investigation in Lapeer County leads to the arrest of a husband and wife. What police are saying about their alleged operation. Also, here's Kim.
Well, yesterday we had temperatures in the 80s. Today, not even to 70 degrees in Mount Clemens, but we are going to be warming up considerably. I'll have your forecast for the weekend coming up.
Got plans this weekend? Change them. I'll show you a fantastic event taking place at Hines Park this weekend that will have the whole family talking.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sandra Ali. Karen is on assignment today. First at 4, President Joe Biden plans to meet with the families of both Paul Whelan and NBA star Brittany Griner. You might remember Whelan is the corporate security executive from Michigan who's been held in Russia for years. He's serving a 16-year prison sentence for espionage charges. His family says those charges are false. Brittany Griner is the basketball player now serving time on drug charges. It will be the first in-person meeting between their families and the president. Negotiations to bring them home seem to have stalled. That meeting is now set for tomorrow at the White House. A husband and wife from Imlay City are accused of using Lapeer County massage parlors as fronts for prostitution, possibly even human trafficking. The suspects are on your screen right now. They were taken into police custody after a 5.5-month-long investigation. Police say 4 Chinese women living in the U.S. on work visas were employed as part of that operation. The suspects are charged with conducting a criminal enterprise and 2 counts of keeping a house of prostitution. They're due back in court later this month. Former President Donald Trump making it clear he now has his eyes set firmly on Michigan during the midterm elections. He is set to visit Warren on Saturday, October 1st. Trump is campaigning for his picks in the races for governor, attorney general, and secretary of state. Republicans Tudor Dixon, Matthew DePerno, and Christina Caramo have all indicated that they do support false claims about the 2020 election. The North American International Auto Show is off and running in downtown Detroit, and today the focus is on industry insiders. Here's a live look at Huntington Place. Today, auto executives, suppliers, and members of the business got their first look at the show. The big charity preview is tomorrow night. You can watch our special coverage at 7 p.m. right here on Local 4, and the auto show opens to the public on Saturday. Tonight at 5, are flying cars about to become reality? Anyone who watched the Jetsons has been waiting a very long time for this. Our Rod Maloney heads to City Airport to see a prototype in action. You're going to see how that goes coming up in about an hour. The Biden administration just delivered a big investment to reconnect historic black neighborhoods in Detroit. The state will receive a grant of more than $100 million. That money goes toward plans to replace the I-375 freeway with a street-level boulevard. City leaders say the goal is to reconnect the areas that were once predominantly black neighborhoods known as Black Bottom and Paradise Valley. They were lost when the freeway was built. The highway removal could begin in sometime in 2025. Well, there is really nothing to complain about in today's first forecast. We've seen a few really comfortable days now in a row. Kim Adams is here to show us where things stand right now. Hi, Kim.
Hi, Sandra. Well, it is cool out there compared to where it was yesterday. It's only 69 in Mount Clemens, 74 at City Airport, but very pleasant, low humidity. I mean, these are really just beautiful days for us. But it is going to warm up considerably as we look out to the west. It's 87 right now in Minneapolis, 80 in Milwaukee. All that heat is headed into our backyard for the weekend. Take a look at the 24-hour temperature change. It's 11 degrees cooler today than it was yesterday, but that's not going to last long. We warm up into the mid-80s for the weekend. I'll have your complete forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Kim. President Biden celebrating a tentative deal that just averted a possible railroad strike that could have further derailed the U.S. economy. A night of frantic negotiations finally paid off. Devin Skillian in the newsroom now with a look at what turned the tide. Devin?
Yes, Sandra, everyone had to be feeling the pressure as Friday's deadline was fast approaching. The president was leaning on the railroads and the unions to make a deal. With midterms approaching, it could not afford another big blow to the economy that relies so heavily on trains to move so many of our goods and raw materials. This deal gives union members an immediate 14% pay raise. dating back to 2020. So retroactive raises continue coming over the next 5 years, totaling 24%. But the big concession gives workers the ability to take unpaid days off for doctor's appointments and medical care. Previously, workers would lose points under the railroad's strict attendance rules. Union leaders say the deal sets a precedent that they will also be able to negotiate over these kind of rules in the future. President says it is a change workers deserve.
During these early, dark, uncertain days of the pandemic, they showed up so every American could keep going. They worked tirelessly through the pandemic to ensure that families and communities got the deliveries they needed during these difficult few years. They earned and deserve these benefits. And this is a great deal for both sides, in my view.
Now, it's tentative. The deal still needs to go to union members for ratification, but there is a cooling off period which would prevent any immediate shutdowns over the next several weeks. Amtrak now working to restore passenger services that had been put on hold because the trains use the same tracks, of course. Strike could have cost the U.S. economy, it's estimated, somewhere around $2 billion a day. So a lot of people feeling an awful lot of relief today. Sandra, back to you.
Yeah, relief indeed. All right. Thank you, Devin. Britain's long goodbye to Queen Elizabeth continues to bring thousands of people to Westminster Hall, where she'll lie in state for another 3 days. People have been lining up around the clock to get a glimpse of her coffin and say their own personal farewell to the Queen, who ruled for more than 70 years. Many people are very determined to say goodbye. One woman arrived after midnight and waited all through the night.
This was just a complete and total honour to be able to do this, and as you said, it's a part of history. We're never going to have this again, and she's just been such a rock and an inspiration to everybody across the whole world. And for me to be able to do this for myself and for her, there's no words that can explain it. It's just absolutely incredible.
Meantime, William and Kate, the new Prince and Princess of Wales, greeted a large crowd of mourners at the royal estate about 108 miles north of London. They did spend some time there looking at the flowers, the gifts, and all of the messages of support. And our very own Kimberly Gill is headed to London to cover the Queen's funeral on Monday. Kim's special reports start tomorrow right here on Local 4, Local 4 Plus, and clickondetroit.com. We're going to take you to London starting tomorrow. Powwows have been around now for centuries, and this weekend, anyone who enjoys reality shows like maybe America's Got Talent or Dancing with Myself might want to head over to Hines Park for a cultural experience. Paula Tutman is at the spot where a competition powwow will take place, and Paula, we know the excitement is already building.
Yeah, you know what? It really is. As you can see, the tents have already gone up, and at this very moment, you actually have members of tribal organizations who are getting ready to travel to this area from different states, as well as across the border in Ontario and Saskatchewan, to get their performance on. Different tribes, different dance styles, different stories told by their bodies and the way they move. Hines Park becomes the place where First Nations people get to tell their story to all who want to listen and see.
A lot of people aren't very aware of what powwows are. It is a native gathering where we all get together and we visit with family and friends.
There are different kinds of powwows. This one is called a competition powwow, put on by the North American Indian Association of Detroit. Much like any singing competition, different age groups and styles will take center stage to show who does it best.
It was just exciting, you know, to hear the drums, and I think it gave me a sense of pride.
Each dance tells an important story: harvest, hunting, nature, war, bounty, family. The dances are the words, the drums, the songs. Also on site, superstar drummers Eagle Flight and Ribbon Town.
For instance, there is the women's fancy shawl. Basically, it is basically when they're dancing, their movements and rhythms are mimicking like that of a butterfly, how a butterfly would be dancing throughout the sky. Men traditional dancers will be they'll be telling their story of when they were out hunting or when they were in battle, the victory of the battle as well too. They'll be interpreting as well too as they're dancing.
But non-natives are also invited to come, learn, and even participate in some events.
It's so important for non-native people to know that we're still here, because a lot of people don't think there's real Indians. I've spoken at schools. People are shocked to know that there's native people. around still, and we're still practicing our culture.
These events in general throughout the country are always open to the public of non-natives who want to come and just experience Native culture, witness Native culture in general. That way they can see something extremely beautiful. They can get a little bit of education on what they're seeing as well too. And also if there's any stigmas or stereotypes that they might have had in their heads, whether they're positive or negative, or they just didn't know in general, those will be corrected.
Okay, so here are the predicts. Hines Park is pretty big. Look for the Nankin Mills area. Also look for the tents. Saturday only between 1 and 5. Probably want to get here a little bit earlier so you can find parking. And Sandra, the price is right. It is free to the public.
It's perfect. All right. Thank you so much, Paula.